The roads is hot today. The roads is hot today. So, do you know what I always say? And this is something that I've learned over the years from doing radio. You know, sometimes people can get really stressed when artists are delayed coming to a studio. That is not really my concern. My concern is that they get here safely. That's the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we worry about the wrong things. So I've learned over the years. When the early days of radio, I used to be like, where are they? Where are they? Where? And I did, because that was the early days. But like after experience and time, you realize that's not important. They're here safely. Because I've had a couple of artists on the way to the studio, Dennis, and I swear they haven't made it because of fatalities. Seriously. So that's, a couple incidences. So I've learnt my lesson over the years. But anyway, welcome to room number 2. And it's going to be an extended room number 2. We're here in the studio right here at Just Cool Radio. As you know, Saturday mornings is always a surprise, an element of surprise. And we like to get in not only just rising artists and people from the world of entertainment in the studio. We like to get people in the studio as well. And I did say to you guys a few months ago, this year, I want to start highlighting the legends of the music industry. Something that we've done over the years anyway, but this year particularly, I want to highlight the legends. People that have made a massive contribution to black music in the UK and globally. And that's what I wanted to do this morning. Now, this gentleman in the studio this morning into the early afternoon, I've been around his empire and his movement for well over 30 years. When I was a little youth, I used to watch the elder statesmen do their thing. And also as well, let me just introduce another mogul and DJ and sound system pillar in the studio this morning. We have got Mini Muscle from the world-renowned Saxon Sound in the studio as well. So I must remember that. And also introducing the man behind not just sound system culture, but a lot of business adventures within music. The man himself, Mr. D. Rowe, Dennis Rowe, in the studio this morning. How you doing, sir? Can you get some levels on that mic?
Not too bad.
Hold on. Is he on? Is he on?
Yeah.
No. Is he on?
Yeah, I'm on now.
Ah, he's on now.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
Okay.
Apart from,
Can I have that?
the things that happen in life. Things happen in life, but you can't explain.
Yeah.
But so, I'm good. I'm always good.
And you're here, and you made it today. That's the main thing.
Well, I didn't make it on time, but I've got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you're here. You're here. Do you know what I mean?
That's the main thing.
That is the main thing. Yeah, that is the main thing. You're here. So this is an exclusive one today, Dennis, because as I said, we've spoken of many a times, me and you, and I've said to you, I want to make this interview happen today because I feel like you're somebody who's been.
I've known you that long.
Yeah, for a long time.
So if you ask me to do something for you,
yeah.
If I don't do it, then
What do you want to hold it?
if I don't do it for you, then I'm a hater. That's what you call it. I don't know.
We need to
speak to the back. You want to hold it instead?
Yeah, I'm not that kind of person. I like to see you get on.
Yes.
You get me? And
yes.
I see. But let me be honest. I was watching your show, innit? Since you've been on there, I did listen to you when you was on Rowe, but I've listened to you since you've been on there, and very impressive.
Yeah.
So I would have done a show with you without thinking about it because the way you bring yourself across.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not how you can bring me across. It's how can you bring yourself across.
No, I appreciate that.
Because once you bring yourself across good, bring me across good.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what, Dennis? I have to appreciate what you're saying because I remember even from Woe days, you used to call me up on my show and go, Special, there's a show for you on Genesis. Yeah. I remember them phone calls. You'd be like, what you doing on there? Come over to my station. And that was 20 odd years ago you used to do that.
And that was the right thing to do at that time.
Yeah.
At that time, there wasn't nothing else to do.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Come on, there've been a lot of radio stations out there. And, I'm asking myself, okay, there's loads of radio stations out there, but what are they worth?
Yes.
they're not worth nothing.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. So first of all, we're going to get into the history of Mr. D. Rowe this afternoon. And I want to take it back to a young Dennis Rowe before you got into music. I want to know that there's going to be loads of people locked on online. Yes, they know you socially and they know you through the music and, of course, with the well-renowned Saxon, but they might not know your rise to how you got to that day. It might just be a pass-through thing where they bump into you in a club, bump into you in a dance, but do they really know you? We're going to find out some things this afternoon that, you know, is going to be fresh to a lot of people's ears. So take me back to a young toddler, Dennis. Where are you hailing from? Where are you coming from?
Well, if I'm going to be honest and I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to say I come from Shaka.
Right.
Shaka sound. Same place Black and Dread come from as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he run off to Cox and I sticked with Shaka. You know what I mean? And learnt the trade from Shaka.
And what era was that? Where would you reside from?
73, 74.
73. Wow. That's a long time
Yeah,
ago.
innit?
Yeah.
And you're looking back at it now. Fucking, it is a long time.
Yeah,
But-
50 years ago.
But if you're doing something, you don't watch the time. And I never would have expected to still be doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, I'll do it for a little while and then get out of it. But when you set up something, and it was more than just playing records, because Saxon was never about just playing records. It was about entertaining people. So
Yeah.
what did we have to do? We had to look at a different way of entertaining people, i.e. have good mic men. Yeah, definitely. Had to have good mic men. Had to have a triple hot selector as well.
Yes, yes.
So what I had was good mic men, but then I got a triple hot selector. So once I had the selector and the mic man, the rest of it was all easy.
It was all easy. But prior to that, how did you fall in love with music in general? And why was it that you steered towards? What age was you? Was you 10, 9, 8? I don't know. What age?
Well, I started to play my uncle's sound when I was about 1971.
Right.
Yeah. First time I actually played a sound. And, yeah, 1971.
1971.
But I had another uncle, called Gigi. Gigi. He was from Fulton East side.
Right.
He's at Evans. Let me tell you, he was the best mic man I knew at that time.
At that time.
There was nobody. I used to go to all the family parties and be sitting down waiting for him to come in. As soon as he comes in, I'm awake. I'm watching him. So, you know, my story is long, but it's going to be out soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a DVD. I don't think I might put it into a book, but you know.
Well, that would be good because you've got a lot of stuff to talk about over the years.
Yeah, too
the
much.
Changes,
Too much.
the things you've seen. So you got introduced to the sound system from obviously your uncle when you were 7 years old, and then it moved on. So how did you make that connection with Shaka? How did you get to meet Shaka?
Well,
what
let me
age
tell
was you? Yeah.
I started to go Shaka from about 11, 12.
Right.
But, you know, I didn't know Shaka. So I just used to lift these boxes. And then, about 25 years later, he seen me and he said, yo, we need to talk to you. So I'm saying, yeah. So his reason is he's asking me about some people, but he asked me about a certain cousin. I said, yeah, that's my cousin. He said, yeah, that man tell you, said, me and you are cousin. So I said, rah, is that how it is? And then he told me Stone Love was my cousin. And he told me about a few other people that was my cousin. I'm
Right.
like, rah, Ken Booth, you know, so many artists. I'm like, wow, hold your head down. Don't go on like it was Mr. Hype Guy. Just hold your head down.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's been really my buzz. The people what I'm related to,
Yeah.
not the sound.
Yeah, royalty, reggae royalty.
Yeah. So I could say I was born for this, and I could say I was geared into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So being around Shaka, did that give you the...
It gave me the killing instinct.
Yeah, and then having the family relatives that were involved in music, did you think, you know what, I want to do this myself, you know? I want to do this myself.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, by moving with Shaka,
Yeah.
you learn a lot.
Yeah.
Listen, people will say it's not true and it is true and it might be true. But I was with Shaka and see Shaka. Hang up, guys. Hang them up. Right. One night in Norwood Hall, up the road there, yeah? Shaka, and who was it? Shaka, Tubbies. I think Tubbies. Anyway, Coxon was in there. That was the night when I realised that Blacker was a traitor. Because I saw him standing on top of Coxon's box holding a banner, dancing.
Right.
So anyway, the dance went on. Then it got into an argument. Obviously, it's going to get into an argument. So the argument went on, and obviously Shaka's going to do what he's got to do.
Right.
So he's ackled them. So I got the vibe from that, from seeing Shaka ackle, man. I'm saying, yeah, that's what I want to do. So when I got a chance, I started to do what Shaka was doing.
Right.
By licking people over. That's how it comes. Look, this is how the problems really started as well. Remember, I know Blacker from youth days.
Yeah.
And we used to do business. He used to sell me all these tunes and that. But what it was, I came to play in the fridge, which is, what's it called now?
Electric. No, it's next door to Electric. What's it called now? What's fridge called now? No, it's not there. It's gone.
What was it called? What was the last name?
It was Electric.
Electric was the last name.
Yeah, Electric, yeah.
Anyway, this time it was just finished being a picture house. So all the chairs and all that's taken out. So we're sitting, we're playing. We got there kind of late-ish, but we started to play. Them times, I'll be honest, I didn't have a good set. I had everything else, but I didn't have a good set. So Tubbies and Coxon turned up on me and said, "Idiot boy." I was like, huh? That's a bit bright. No, I thought that was a bit bright. So
Yeah.
I said I'm not playing with them ever again. Anyway, Blacker's called me. Remember, me and Blacker go back far. I don't know if he remembered this at the time, but I remembered it, so I just kept that cool. And we had a little conversation. I said, I don't really want to play with you. Anyway, I played with him. That was in People's Club. 7th of July. I played People's Club with Coxon. Anyway, dance was going all right. Tonight, he knows he's got problems on his hand because I sounded like a Super 8 in there.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't sound like how I sounded in, what you call it, with my Hollywood mixed boxes. I had proper set boxes. So my bass was sounding right, my mid-range was all right, everything was all right. All of a sudden, I played my round. So it's come round to Coxon's round. So he has to find something to pick on.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, hey, Tipper Irie, mind you can't come back at Brixton. What? Did he say that? He said that, didn't he? I said, okay. He wants to play that game. So it kicks off the war. And I'm telling you this now. You can ask anybody or go online and type in Saxon and Coxon People's Club. This is the first time we played them. And you'll see We didn't ease them up at all in there. We gave them a good beating. Yeah. They needed a good fucking beating. No. Why wouldn't I do that? They needed a good beating, so we gave them a brilliant beating. Yeah, because you're trying to bully off Tipper. Why don't you say Saxon can't come to Brixton? I play in Brixton every Tuesday and every Wednesday. So why don't you say I can't come back to Brixton? You couldn't. Because if you said that, it's going to cause problems. And it's not going to cause problems with me as such. It'll cause problems with the people around.
The people around, yeah. So you didn't really specify, though, Dennis, where are you originally from then? So for the people that are listening to this interview now, what's your area, the manor you grew up in?
Lewisham.
You're a Lewisham.
But I grew up in Brockley, yeah?
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
Then I moved from Brockley to Forest Hill.
It's Forest Hill, right,
Then I moved from Forest Hill to Lewisham, and I've been at Lewisham till now.
Ever since?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, there you are, because I don't want to go too far. I want to take them on the journey as much as we can through, because I know you're itching to get to them stages. We're going to get there. So, when did you decide that, okay, I've been around Shaka for a while. I'm watching him work and watching him fold up sounds and DJs and whatnot. When did you decide that, do you know what? I want to go ahead and build a sound or become a DJ professionally. When did you decide that?
Okay. How do I explain this? I had a dream, innit? The Wednesday night. And then the Thursday, I walked in a club and I said to Papa Levi, I'm going to put my sound back on the road and I want you to DJ on it. And he's looked at me, I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to build a sound with only DJs. He's saying, yeah. So that's how it really started.
Right.
But I had already had DJs on the sound, like Coley, R.I.P., he died. Coley, Desi Kojak, what's her name again? Miss Di, Lady Di.
Lady Di.
Lady Di.
Mellow.
Mellow, yeah, fucking hell, Mellow. There's so many DJs.
And what?
Peter Townsend, Yardi.
Yeah, Yardi. How can I forget Yardi?
Yeah. And what kind of music was you playing at the time? When you had your sound? When you saying to Levi, I want to build a sound?
No, the sound was already built. It was
Yeah.
already built. It was already built.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we just built it. It was already built.
Yeah.
It was built for that purpose.
And what would you, a party sound, or was you just sounds that were, play against like the big reggae sounds in the area? What was you doing?
No, we was just a sound. And,
Yeah.
Because we had a little bit of a bad name.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't want us around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because obviously you got unruly youths with you.
Yeah.
So when you go somewhere, something unruly is going to go on.
Yeah. Do you feel like music was an escapism to get you away,
100%,
to get you away from certain things that you may have been involved with?
Let me tell you what I can tell you now.
Yeah.
These is things what people have said to me the last 5 years, last 6 months, whenever. Man said to me, if they didn't listen to Saxon, they wouldn't be in the position they are in now. They've got a good job because of the DJs. The DJs made sure they had a good job. So Saxon inspired so many people. It's unreal. People I've never met and people what maybe I might meet one day here or in the next life. But a lot of people have said to me, through Saxon, it was educational tool. And I believe it was because I was educated from young. My dad was a Black Power leader, so I kind of knew the thing.
Yeah.
Even though I was keeping up a lot of fuckery,
Yeah.
but I knew the thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't cut it all out, but I cut it down.
Yeah. Because that was distracting you doing the music.
Yes.
Yes, right.
And some of the man them, what used to be around the sound that was terrors,
Yeah.
I had to talk to them and tell them, no, that's not going to work.
So let's get through some pointers this afternoon. When was the birth and how did you create Saxon? When was the birth?
Whitson Saturday, 76.
76.
We talked before that.
Yeah?
Go.
Do you want to interject?
Go back to the Pure Rockers, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, if you're talking about how did it get to Saxon,
Yeah.
then we got to start from Imperial Rockers.
Right.
But me, I was in so many other sounds before,
Right.
like Skylocks from Brixton, Rockaby from Forest Hill. You know what I mean? And Mustard said to me, boy, let's just do it by ourselves. So we just done it by ourselves.
How did you know all these guys in general? Did you go same school or how did you all get to know each
I've
other?
known Mustard from 1965.
Woo! Wow.
Is that a long time?
That's a long time, bro. That's
Yeah,
history.
I've known him from he was born.
Yeah.
He was born.
From when he was born.
Yeah. Listen, seconds after he was born, I know him.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seconds after he was
That's
born.
amazing. That's like your little brother right there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Come on, man.
That's your little brother, man.
Come on.
Yeah.
We do this thing with respect.
Yeah.
We don't try and disrespect no one.
And then moving on, 1976 was the birth of Saxon.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Who were the intricate role players in creating Saxon?
Billy Nathan, Curtis Henry, then me, then Muscle, then Michael Rennes.
Right. Okay. The name Saxon. How did that come about?
Well, let me be honest with you. Mustard came with the name, but Mustard came with the name, but it was a name what I didn't agree with. Obviously, because the way I grew up, but you know, I didn't like the name, but I had to work with it. But it wasn't a name what I liked, and we must be honest about it.
Because of what it depicted? The history of the name Saxon?
Yes.
Right.
But if you go and research back, you'll see that the Saxon were black people.
Right.
But before I thought it was white people, so I wasn't on that.
Right, okay. So there you are. There's a 4 or 5 of you that created Saxon 1976. How did you decide what avenue and route you was going to go down? And what were the sounds around at the time that you probably would have been having to play alongside? How did you make that decision?
Well, being young, I tried everything. Like, I was walking through my area and I've seen Caesar, which was the big sound in the area at the time. So if I could get a play out with him, that would have been good. So I was with him for a couple of hours, bought him a drink, bought him something to eat and that, and saying to him, yo, why don't we play together? He said, yeah, get the promoter. He didn't know who I was, yeah? So he said to me, get the promoter. I got a promoter within about 20 minutes or an hour after I left him and told the promoter to check him. He's going to play with me. Promoter come back and said, no, he's not playing with me. I said, whoa. Is that right? Is that right? He's not playing with me. But watch. About four months later, I licked him out the way. Because remember, he didn't knock Shaka out the way, but yeah, everybody started to go to Caesar instead of Shaka.
Okay.
So I've had to lick him out the way. So he's had a sound parked up outside his house in his van for maybe 2 or 3 years. So he's had an idea. Some people has come to him with an idea and said, yeah, let's put a sound on the road and let's call it Ghetto Tone.
Okay, Ghetto Tone.
Yeah. So they tried to nick all my DJs. I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit wrong. You're doing something, do what you're doing. Don't watch what I'm doing and try and take away what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, anyway, Leslie or whoever set up a thing called the Crucial Posse. So the Crucial Posse was every DJ for Saxon at that time. Probably was about 10 of them, and Leslie, huh? Yeah, but Dirty Desi came from Saxon, so they built up a thing. So I'm saying, what's this? So I said to Levi, what are you doing around them brothers there? Now, what are you doing? Just tell me what you're doing around them. I'm not arguing with you. I just want to know. He's looking at me. I'm saying, no, what are you doing around them?
Yeah.
I said, they don't know nobody. Yeah, it's a fact. You come in my area, everybody will hail me, and maybe 1 or 2 people will hail them.
Yeah.
So I said, nah. So anyways, Levi's come back amongst me. So one day, me and Levi was in the park. in roller disco. In
Riverdale.
where?
Riverdale.
No. This is before Riverdale. Oh.
Skateland.
Skateland. Yeah.
Skateland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was in Skateland. Me. It was all of us doing. A lot of Saxon man. And a couple of people with ghetto tone. So Leslie's talking a load of shit. Talking about Levi and Leslie should clash, which would have been a dangerous clash still.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because Desi knew his thing and Levi knew his thing. It wouldn't have been like Dirty Desi, Leslie. So Desi said, no way, I'm never doing that. He said, nah. So Leslie said, I'll do it. So I said, what, you serious? He said, yeah. I said, all right, we'll do it in October. I'll get the date and get back to you. So I got the date, got back to him, and printed up the flyers. Them times, we used to only print 200 flyers, or maybe. But this time, I printed 10,000 flyers.
10,000?
Yeah.
As opposed to 200?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, because I had to go everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah, promote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to show you that the flyers worked out, there was, everywhere I go, somebody would tell me they was at that dance. Like Harlesden, Tottenham, you know, when you go out of skirts, people say, yeah, I was at that dance. And talk about how Levi went on or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear anybody say that Leslie didn't get a chance. I just heard everyone say, boy, Levi fucked him up. Which is right.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
You know, let's not say what it wasn't, let's say what it is.
If you've just logged on this afternoon, we are talking to Dennis Rowe this afternoon, Mini Muscle in the studio right here at Just Cool Radio. And incidentally, if you guys have got any questions that you feel like you want to put to these guys in the studio about their history, their journey, feel free to go on the TikTok or hit me up on my Percy if you've got my Percy. And yeah, we can get the questions in, right? Pat says, big up to Mini Muscle. and Musclehead. They went to my school, Addy and Stanhope. Is that right? Yeah. That's right, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Massive shout. Get out to Travel More on the line. I see you. Cyrita on the line. What's this, Gem? Connection to the Birmingham sound, man. Them. I see that the messages are rolling in on the line. So if you've got any questions, feel free to put them up on the live, okay? Cool. So, Saxon's born. Saxon's birthed. Who are the main selectors for Saxon when they was birthed?
When it was birthed?
Yeah.
Mustard.
Just Musclehead.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
No.
Nobody.
Well, yeah, me and him used to.
So but you used to play though, right, Dennis?
Yeah.
So did you play originally with Musclehead as well at the same time? You played at the same time, like when the sound was birthed.
He played and then I played.
Then you play, right? Okay. How many years was you doing that before there was other members that joined on selector wise, not MCs, just the selectors?
Well, I'll tell you when selectors joined the sound was 83 when the selectors Trevor came on the sound, July 83.
And how did you link Trevor Sax?
Strange. That's a strange one. I was playing in a dance off Lucian Way. So I was wiring up. But I built a spliff and I needed a light. I didn't have a lighter, so he gave me a light. He said to me, give him 2 draws off of it. I said, yeah, no problem. So I smoked half of it and I gave it to him. I said, yeah, kill it. So from this on, it's like he took a shine. He took a shine to me. So everywhere we was playing, he was there.
Right.
Until I started to say to him, boy, that's where I live and that's where he lives.
Yeah.
That's me and Muscle. So he started to come around and be in the van and whatever needed to be done was he would do it.
Yeah.
So this was the chance where it's either I let somebody play the sound or I park it because it was too much for me one to be doing.
Right.
So we was playing out the same evening and he's come walking down the road about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I said, yeah, you're going to play the sound tonight. He said, what? I said, you're going to play the sound tonight. He said, really? I said, yeah. Go in my yard and go and look through the tunes.
Yeah.
So from this on, Trevor was playing the sound.
Trevor was playing the sound. So there you had now yourself, Musclehead, as the main selector, then Trevor Sax.
No, but you see what it was. Mustard wasn't around at the time.
Right.
You get me? And before, how it was, I would be doing what I'm doing and Mustard would be doing what he's doing.
Right, okay.
So we never have had no conflict. But now it'd be me getting the van, me getting a driver for the van, me getting the boxes into the dance, me. Whereas I thought it would be easier if I had somebody to play the sound. Then everything else was easy.
Yeah. So, moving on. The first dance, because you've played many dances, and we're not going to get into all the individuals, yeah? The first dance where you can officially say, it's on tonight with this sound. This is the sound. The first sound you ever bucked up where you knew, nah, it's on tonight. It's definitely on.
Ghetto Tone.
That was Ghetto Tone.
Yeah, Ghetto Tone and Saxon. That's really how we busted up the door.
You would say that was the sound that you got a bus off. Ghetto Tone. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was a big
Hold on. Could we have his Mini Muscles mic on?
Yeah, that was a big game changer.
That was a big game changer.
But I would say even before that dance, Dennis, Riverdale Hall was a big game changer.
Oh, yeah. Riverdale Hall, without a doubt, was the biggest game changer.
With who, though?
Just Saxon.
It was a DJ explosion with singers and DJs.
Singers and DJs.
Well, MCs at the time,
All right, just the MCs. Right, right,
And
right.
couple singers.
Right, okay, okay. Before I get to like the big dance with Ghetto Tone, because we're going to talk about that, then we're going to move on. How did you accumulate the MCs? What is there like a thing that they need to do to join the sound? Or do they just approach you? Because how does it work where you gather these MCs? How does it work?
Do you know what? So many people approached me, and I had to let down a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Because they thought, they know me and I'm going to be sweet with them, which I would have liked to have been sweet with them, but it couldn't work out like that. It had to be, it had to be teamwork.
Yeah.
So how it started was Colonel is my cousin. Levi is my brethren. So I brought them in. Then Tipper Irie, he came in. He came to he was coming to all the dances.
Yes. Yeah, you did mention that.
He was coming to all the dances, nothing to do with Saxon. So one night we played Stereograph from Brixton. So he's DJ'd on Saxon. So I'm saying, okay. So you're a DJ against your own then, yeah? So at the end of the dance, I said to him, so what are you up to? He said, boy, I'm not up to nothing. I said, what, you want to DJ on Saxon? He said, boy, I'd love to DJ with Colonel and Levi.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's a good start. Because that means there's no animosity between them. So that is how Tipper came on Saxon. And we was in the factory in Paddington. Is it Paddington?
Yeah.
Paddington, in Paddington.
That was the factory in Paddington. That was the live album November the 9th.
It weren't. No, we was playing Stereograph that night.
Oh, you're talking from before. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like October. That was October. Remember? Then in December, I've seen Levi walking up the road with Sandy. Now I know Sandy, but never know him like that.
Yeah.
I knew him to be a DJ.
Yeah.
On what's it called? Sledgehammer Sound. And I used to go on there and take the piss. Yeah, warring on there. But he never took it personal. So,
Yeah.
So when I've seen Levi come with him, I'm like, okay, this is cool, because I know him.
Yeah.
So that's how everybody really come on the sound.
Oh, I love that.
Through knowing somebody.
Yeah. So, Ghetto Tone was the first sound that you'd say, boom, that's the sound that busts you. What was it about that particular dance? Why you'd say that was the game changer, Mini Muscle? Why was that the game changer, that dance? Even though we spoke about the Riverdale, but why was the Ghetto Tone dance one of the game changers as well?
Because it was the first time two MCs had gone head to head.
Right.
Like, like in America, they've got these rap battles.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm witnessing two MCs going at it. You know what I mean? And there's a trophy plus prize money involved.
Right.
So that to me was a big game changer. And I've not really seen it gone on much in the reggae business.
Yeah, it's more hip hop, isn't it?
It's more the hip hop.
Yeah.
So even see that tape, so like hot bread.
Right.
Trust me. I was in college them time.
Wow.
No, I was in college.
Yeah.
I'm doing my lessons, and believe me, before I finish my lesson, there's a queue of people lining up to get that tape. Buy that tape off of me, or they got to swap me 5-yard tapes for one
Wow.
Saxon tape,
Yeah, because it
you
was
know.
a hot tape at the time.
That was the currency, you know what I
What
mean?
are you talking
You give
about?
me 5-yard tapes,
Yeah.
I'll give you this one Saxon
Yeah.
tape.
So when did you officially join the sound?
You
I was always with the
Always
sound.
with the sound.
But you know, as a youngster, you
Yeah.
gotta do your lessons and things.
Yes.
My parents are strict.
Right.
You know, they don't want me rolling with my brother or you know what I mean. And sometimes I'm sneaking out, but I gotta get back.
Yeah.
I'm watching like those times the buses, the sound was playing in the area, innit? So I'm there maybe for the setup, but I'm watching the time because I gotta get back.
Yes. Yes.
Because I gotta get back before certain hours. I'm gonna get locked out.
It was always the way back in the days, didn't it? You had to
Yeah, I know.
sneak out and sneak back in.
And a
Yeah.
few times I've been locked out, you know, because you set the window so you can get the catch up and flick it back.
Yeah.
And I remember coming home one day and that was hammered down. I thought, oh my God, how am I gonna get in now? You know, and my father had a car, and I tried all the doors and they were looking. I said, oh no. And then I tried the boot and it clicked open. And I said, oh, yes. So I crawled in there and sleep overnight.
That's mad. That's mad. That's mad.
But for me, because of Peter Townsend,
Yeah.
Yardy, they called him on the sound. He was the youngest MC on the sound and he was in class with me. So it was a thing like he was going to all the dances and he would say to me, boy, you missed a dance last night. You missed a dance. And I said, yeah. And I kind of like, boy, you know, I want to move with the sound more, but I can't because of how my parents is.
Yeah.
Because Peter Townsend was okay because his dad done night work.
Ah.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
But so he could come out. You know, his dad wouldn't even know. He could go out and rave. Me now, I got my parents in the house, so I couldn't do that. So yeah, Yardy was like he was like the flashy shoot in my class because he's getting paid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you know, a fiver in them days is a fiver.
And now,
£5.
you know what? You brought up a point that I was going to ask you guys about, you know. When did you start really generating money as an empire? When you realized, you know what? Boy, we can make some money from this, you know. Was there a time, even though you was making money, but when did you realize we can make this a business and start making money?
83.
83.
Say 82, but 83.
Right. What was the turning point when you realized that?
Well, when you're playing 7 nights a week,
Right.
and sometimes 10 nights a week,
Hmm.
because you could play a early session, it's like 7 till 12. Then you're going to play another thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's only 2 for the night, but sometimes it's 3.
Hmm.
Because remember, them times we got park festivals. You know what I mean? And that will finish at 7. Then you leave from there, you go and play somewhere else till 7. Then you leave from there and go and play somewhere else till whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about like the park venue, like we had a thing called Skateland, and this brought the community together.
Yes, it did. I used to go, man.
Yeah,
I used
this
to go.
brought the community together because
Yeah.
if you don't know someone, yeah, you're gonna meet them there. Sometimes families don't know who another their family is,
Hmm.
and everybody's meeting down there on a Sunday. Yeah, even people from out of the area, from Alston,
Birmingham,
from
Yeah.
Leicester,
They used to
from
come.
everywhere.
Yeah.
you know, and it just brought the community together,
Hmm.
and it was just good. It was just good. I mean, God knows, I wish that was still going on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I mean, you not only are you guys prolific for having great MCs from the UK, but you had some amazing singers who have gone on to have international success.
Yeah.
So where did the singers come from? How did they approach? Because was it like an X Factor kind of thing around Saxon? How did the singers make it on the sound?
How did the singer? Maxi Priest was never a singer at the beginning.
He wasn't a singer.
No. But
Now that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
this
No,
is a fact.
he was making the boxes. He was a carpenter.
No way. Now that's interesting. Okay, he wasn't a singer.
Never.
He said he's just maintenance.
All right, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than
yeah,
that.
yeah.
He could say yes or no to this, yeah?
Right.
I taught him to sing. Yeah, I was one of the men that taught him to sing. These is facts. I don't need to say nothing to get no hype.
Yeah.
I don't need the hype. I definitely don't need his hype because his hype's different from my hype.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I can tell you that now. Me and him used to sing on Saxon together. Yeah. So it ain't... I don't know.
There was always at the
Listen
time.
Listen to me.
That's interesting.
Before Max got a record recorded,
Yeah.
yeah, Max, everything he'd done, he would say to me, what do I think? If he sung on Saxon, the minute he gets off the mic, he wants to know what I think. These is facts. I don't need to say that.
Yeah.
I don't need to say things what's not true. Because a lot of people will come on places like this and talk off their head. You know what I mean? Talk a load of shit what never really happened. I'm telling you what really happened.
Yeah.
And listen to this. I'm going to do a DVD when I get to Jamaica, which in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to do a DVD. And when I do that, I'll break down everything properly. I won't just go into it like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I'll go into it properly. I'll script it. So I know this piece goes...
Actually, because sometimes, as you said, like when you're doing an interview like this, obviously we're just going through, you know, little stages. But obviously you're going to have everything scripted so that you don't forget key points.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the key points need to be documented.
Exactly.
Yeah, have to be. So that's interesting. So you had Maxi Priest around the sounds as a singer, and then Roger Robin was floating around as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've had some really key players around the sound. Moving on forward, because we can spend a long time on that kind of era. Let's talk about clashes. And before we get to the clashes, sorry, I'm jumping ahead myself. Can you remember, and this might be so random, Mini Muscle or Dennis, can you remember the first ever dub plate cut for Saxon?
Over to Dennis.
First ever dub plate you voiced for Saxon.
Saxon boys sound better. Saxon
It
boys.
was
Oh yeah,
Who's that?
Saxon boys sound better. You don't know that tune?
Yeah, I do, yeah, but who was that?
15, 16, and 17.
Wow. 1970, what are we talking?
Where's that dub plate gone? Because I can't find it.
Where is that? Jeez. Why did you make the decision to go heavy into the dub plate arena? Because that is an expensive game.
Yeah, but
It wasn't at the time.
Right.
It's expensive now.
Mm.
But before, I think the artists used to do it for love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now these artists of today, they I don't know. They're just trying to. I mean, we the sound systems are the ones that promote the music, and there's so many different platforms now that they can promote themselves. So they're saying like they don't need us, but I think they do. You know, and they're charging XX amount. It's if you want to pay it, because some artists is quoted prices to me, and I say, okay, I'm not gonna diss them. That's their price, but it's if I can deal with that. If I can't deal with that, then see you later. You know, I'll go around them. You know,
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
around them and
No, I understand that.
get another artist because
Yeah, some of the prices,
these prices are
they're
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It's
They're into the
ridiculous.
grands.
Yeah,
They're into the
It's
grands.
ridiculous. So basically, me, I look at tunes and I say, is that tune a long Jeopardy tune?
Yeah,
Like,
do I need that?
do I really need that? How
Yeah.
long is that tune gonna last? You know what I mean? Most Saxon is a sound like carry a lot of DJs,
Yeah.
live artists, you know. So we don't really need a lot of DJ tunes.
Yeah, because you guys were quite synonymous for playing a lot of vocal.
we play a lot of vocal.
Lot of vocal. There's no doubt about that. You
Yeah.
guys are vocal specialists.
And things can get monotonous. Like
Yeah.
if you're playing too much DJ, so you got to break it up.
Yeah.
So we play the vocal, boom, the DJs go on and
Come and do their
remember they come and do their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you got a lot of DJs riding them versions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
so
rich. Yeah.
you know that's how we do it because I hear a lot of people saying Saxon is a Clash sound. No, Saxon is not a Clash sound.
Stop. We're going to get to that. We're coming to that. But let me go back to my original question because we're going to get to this. He's moving on nice and swiftly to the clash. First official sound clash that Saxon had. Official war with our next sound.
Sound clash. It wasn't a sound clash, it was an MC clash. The first sound clash wasn't a dub play clash, it was an MC clash.
Ah, it was an MC
But
clash.
the sounds was incorporated by
Right.
the DJs.
Right, okay. And who is that with?
Ghetto Tone.
Oh, that was the Ghetto Tone dance you're talking about. Right, okay. Okay. And you wrote those guys off and then he's laughing. You know? All right. So the first Sound Clash Mini Muscle, musical sound clash. Dub with dubs. Saxon against another sound.
But listen, that went on for years.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you who was second. I can only tell you who was first.
Right.
Put the
Okay.
mic. Put the mic.
Yeah. I can't tell you who was first. I can only tell
Tell
you
you
who was first.
but you can't tell who was second.
No, I don't know how the sounds are played with. I think this is why I know the sound business or the music business is rubbish here. Because we should get an award for playing with the most unknown sounds. Because we used to play with unknown sounds. You know, they was known up into their place, but not known to us.
Week after week after week after week.
And the bad thing about it, yeah, they used to do rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we got there to the dance, whether it was Reading or Manchester, the man would say, yo, the man has been practicing for you like, all week. Yeah. So what we would do is shut them down quickly. Like, they'll come on the mic. Because, you know, you've rehearsed, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody on your sounds done their rehearsal, so they think it's going to go just like the rehearsal. It's not going to go like that. Because you're going to throw your words and you think that's cool. Okay, throw your words, don't say nothing. Let them get on with it. So, you know, after about maybe after the third person that DJs, it goes dead. So it comes back around to me now, and I just go easy. I don't scream at them or nothing. So they think they got away with it. So I wait for them to come back and do their thing. Then the next time, I just crush them. Yeah, but that's the best way.
That's the best way.
What it was is the talent that was around Saxon was like the best. We're moving to the camera now. Yeah, it was the best talent scouted in like London. And when I say London, it didn't stop at London because there was people outside London who like Sugar Merchant and that who came from Manchester.
Simeon.
Simeon who came from Gloucester, you know, the talent was endless that was coming in, checking D-roll. Boy, can we join the camp?
Right.
You know? So basically, we used to go in dances and we come across another sound. We hear about them, but was the talent around their sound any good? They may have one good, and the rest of them don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
They may have
garbage.
one good artist,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're coming across like 10 good artists on Saxon.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Your one good artist can't hold up when you're hearing Colonel Rowley's tongue and you're hearing Junior San come in and Sandy come in. I mean, listen, Junior San and that was apprentices, you know? We could have just put them out there to tackle with anybody because they're talented enough to take down anything. You know?
Just by themselves.
Just by themselves.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
They're talented to deal with the lyrics. What Junior San is coming with is like universal. It's like years ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Years ahead of what when we back up another sound is coming with. You know, so I witnessed like I used to travel in the minibus most of the time. If not the minibus, because sometimes I was late for the minibus, and I'd have to jump in with the speakers in the back of the sound van, you know, to get to a dance. So, basically, yeah, because the minibus used to be rammed sometime, man. Sometime I come up to Overcliff, a man sitting in there like, and they're not moving. They're not moving because if you move,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose your
You're
seat.
going to lose your seat.
You're gonna lose your seat.
Yeah, yeah.
And they be sitting in there, and sometimes the minibus don't head out for 2 hours, you know. And
Serious?
a man say, I'm not coming out of this seat.
Because you're not losing your seat.
Yo, boy, I need a drink, you know, down the shop. So then we send a man to go get a drink, you know. Yeah, the minibus say, move it, moving, and they're not moving. So, thank you. So
Evian.
sometimes you just have to roll in the back of the sound van with the equipment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? To
Worst
go
water
to a
in the world, you
dance.
know.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
To go to a dance. So I used to, if I'm rolling with the MC, if the MCs are in the minibus, a man could say something in that minibus, right? And I see Sandy jotting it down, or see Levi jotting something down, or Colonel. And by the time we get to the dance, they've made a little lyrics. And because we was discussing that topic in the minibus, yeah, remember Saxon's rolling. When Saxon's rolling, it's rolling with 50 strong. You know what I mean? 50 strong,
yeah.
and then carloads is coming afterwards. you know what I mean?
Yeah. Carloads and truckloads.
Yeah, it's coming afterwards. So by the time we get to that dance, yeah, and Sandy might just chat a little rhyme of what he was writing in the minibus. Dance bus.
Just like
because
that.
we will make up. Them time they have liquid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people who got clubs didn't want Saxon in their club because
Yeah,
of the liquid.
definitely.
Yeah, because they're
Liquid.
banging up the place.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
I had to pay $2.5 grand for one place, and I can't remember. I spent a lot of money on that liquid thing.
That's crazy. That was the version of Now Money Pull Up. Isn't it? They was banging the walls in them days. Now they're throwing you money, isn't they? Yeah, it's crazy.
Because basically, right, before the liquid thing, it was if you're happy and you love it, ball forward.
Yeah. Who started that? Do you know?
Nah. I just know I didn't want to hear it on my sound.
So basically, what happened now, right? Dennis had a meeting with the MCs. Because Dennis must have said, you know what? I don't want none of you begging forwards. You got to earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah? And what Dennis also saw is when we used to play with another sound, when the man was running out of lyrics, to get out of it, they would say, if you're happy and you come across a DJ who ain't got a lot of lyrics.
Yeah. He's saying that quickly.
And he's just rhyming up a little free words or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he knows he's running out of lyrics, and he's gonna say, "If you're happy," and his crew's gonna back him, innit? If you're happy and you love it, ball forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, then he said to us, "Listen, you lot, you gotta earn your forwards. Yeah. I don't want you saying." If you're happy and you love it, ball forward.
Yeah,
You understand?
Let them ball forward.
Let people ball forward.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. I
And
hear
then,
that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what we done there, we broke it down in a way in the dance like, we're not beg forward no more, you know. So the man them who ain't got no lyrics now, they ain't got nowhere to go.
Jeez.
They ain't got nowhere to go because them can't beg forward.
Yeah.
Can't beg forward no more.
Yeah.
That done with.
Yeah.
You understand? That's done with. You have to have lyrics. You know what I mean? You have to have lyrics. So that was it. That was another game changer.
Another game changer. The MCs, man. Come on.
Yeah, man.
So let's
So you can see how tight this film's going to be. Because
look,
we're going to write it. Listen, we're all going to
do you know what's funny? My cousin's just sent a message, Mr. Buchanan. He's just sent a message with all the success from the entertainers of that Saxon has produced. For example, Levi, Colonel, Tipper, Smiley Culture, Maxi Priest, etc. Asha. Have you ever been approached by anybody to make a Saxon film?
That's what I was just saying to you, isn't it?
That's just come in.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah. I know you're talking about the DVD documentary.
Yeah.
But what about a film?
The film will be written properly. You heard what he was talking about.
Yeah.
You heard how deep he went.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll see when the film comes.
That would be excellent, isn't it?
Because one of my favorite movies is Babylon.
It's Babylon. Yeah.
Babylon,
Yeah. That would be amazing.
It's done around the ends, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
So
Actually, Dennis is in that, you know?
yes, I heard. And I haven't seen it for years, so I just can't even remember where you
Standing beside Shaka.
All right, I'm gonna have to go look on that. I'll look on that.
Remember, I was a Shaka.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so let's get to some. We're talking about clashes now. We're moving on. So you've had your clashes, a lot of MC clashes, and then there was the big one at Roller Express.
Yeah.
Saxon came victory on that night.
Was robbed.
No, you guys won that night, no?
We won, but we was robbed.
Why would you say we was robbed?
Because the trophy didn't reach in our hands.
Oh.
You know? But it wasn't... The people saw that.
Right.
The people saw.
Okay.
You know? The trophy didn't have to reach in my hands or our hands to... I left that place and I was happy.
Yeah.
With our performance.
Yeah, you done what you had to do.
And the people came out and
to support.
So give thanks to the people who was there, who saw. We didn't get the accolade, but who was there knows. You understand? Who was there knows.
And then the big dance that everybody still talks about to this day is Saxon and Addis in Bermuda.
Yeah. But I wasn't there.
You wasn't there. But that's the big...
Let me put all clearer.
You're putting a disclaimer. You wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, and Minnie Muscle, you wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
That's the big dance, right? So that was the one where Babyface got the better of Saxon, right? Addis was playing Saxon that day in Bermuda, right? It was on neutral grounds.
Yeah,
okay?
neutral grounds.
Neutral grounds. This is the question that a lot of people have asked, and I've heard it over the years. Why hasn't Saxon been on the battlefield from that time? And I heard you. The reason why I wanted to get to it like properly is in one segment, because you said earlier on, people keep saying that Saxon is a clash sound when technically they're not a clash sound. So could you just kind of clear up that this afternoon, please, Minnie Muscle?
All right. So,
Yo,
D. So let me tell you something. They couldn't get Saxon out, yeah?
Right.
With the MCs.
Right.
Yeah? So Saxon took a break for a while, yeah?
Right.
And when the Stone Love style of playing, the juggling, we had the Asher Worlds and you had the Nasty Loves and all of them.
That's right. That's right.
And the Love Injection and that come around and all those sounds. So when Saxon come back from our holiday, our break, it was that style of so the MCs them wasn't even not just saying it was down to us changing the game, because Stone Love had changed the game in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because if you remember,
They introduced that quick juggling. Well, not the quick juggling, but playing.
that juggling with
Yeah.
Stone Love didn't carry artists.
Yeah.
So they just come in with. Dude, lock off that one. They just come in. They just came in with a new style of thing, because they ain't got artists.
Yeah.
They got the artists to do them dub plate specials.
There you go.
Yeah. So the sounds like Black Star, Black Scorpio, Jammies, Jaro, who carried artists, they became obsolete in the dancehall thing in Jamaica, because, and a lot of things was their dances was getting locked off. So Stone Love dances wasn't getting locked off. So Stone Love rule.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to go Stone Love because you know that you're going to go there and you're going to enjoy the dance.
Yes, of course.
It's not going to get locked off. So you found the sounds them, like the Scorpios and that, wasn't playing out as much as Stone Love.
Yeah.
So the business had changed and gone into more to juggling things. Yeah. The business had changed. So basically, when we came back, we had to deal with the Asher Worlds and all of them.
Right.
So we had to get into more voicing up dub plate specials. Because we had a lot of dub plate specials, but we had to do, because we never used to voice a lot of DJ tunes.
Yeah, it's more the singers.
It's more the singers.
Right.
So we had to start voicing more DJ tunes.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So we had a plan that we're going to try and come and take it back.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did. And this is why we started to enter the clashes. But really and truly, when we started to win the UK Cup clash and when we won the World Clash, I feel to myself that because we was at the pinnacle, we should have changed it back and said, right, we come back, we've done that, and we're going to go back to our original form with our artists.
Right, I see. Okay.
Because
okay.
that's the time when we had the artists, that's the time when I saw the sound playing out 7 nights a week. You know? We've not done that since, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the artists, we was playing out 7 nights
7 nights a week.
7 nights a week. Because I was going to school. I was running from school to get to the minibus.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know? I'm doing my
So
homework.
I'm
doing my homework in the minivan.
So you feel the sound should originally stuck to its original format.
Go back to its original format.
With the MCs.
With the MCs.
As opposed to going down to the clashing lane. Where
yeah.
And is that something that the fans you kind of feel steered Saxon into? Was it like the fans are saying, well, Saxon have got all these dubs, they need to go back, they need to go on the battlefield?
There was a
was
demand.
it pressure?
There was a
pressure?
demand. All right, we're world champions, so there's a demand.
Yeah.
But my brother didn't want to take the clashes because that's not us.
Right.
We love to entertain.
Okay.
We're entertaining sound.
Right.
So basically, he didn't want to take the clashes. I wasn't in the Bermuda dance. Yeah. What happened. So I think after the Bermuda dance, he wanted to change the format to go back to the original MCs.
But then the thing is, by then now, they must some of the MCs had left. No, there was
no one's left because we cannot call on them. But you see,
right? Okay.
The game's changed. It's harder.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people's gone on to listening to other form. There's so much things coming. There was jungle coming, garage coming.
Yeah.
A lot of people who was in dancehall them time has left and gone to those things.
Why do you think that was?
They were missing something in the dancehall. You know, so they were missing something.
Yeah.
Remember, people draw to other things when something's missing.
Yeah,
people draw to other things.
Yeah.
So basically, I thought to myself, like, a lot of sounds went missing that we used to battle with in those days. They were missing, and I thought that we could have captured those people that used to go and support. You know, like if you support a football team,
Yeah, of course.
if that
Of
football
course.
team's gone into liquidation, you're gonna go elsewhere.
Yeah,
and follow another football
yeah.
team, you know
But
what
I
I
mean,
mean?
Saxon has a very strong fan base worldwide. You know, when we was even talking the other day, you was telling me like
Yeah.
there's certain place where you go to, you can't even believe the love and respect you get
Yeah, like
from
when I-
just
when I'm-
when you said America.
When I'm in
recently.
America the other day, I can't believe the love and respect. But
Yeah,
those guys in America, they see as why Saxon is one of the original, you know what I mean, columns in dancehall.
100%, 100%. So let's get to the crunch of the matter. Where is Saxon now? Because is there a divide with Saxon Rowe? What's your involvement still with Saxon, Dennis?
Backseat driver.
Right, okay. Backseat driver. Can you explain to me, Mini Muscle, what is the situation with Saxon now? Because I understand sometimes we see you, Double O, and Boobs doing more international work. And then we have your brother, Sean, and Brando, who do a lot of more stuff, obviously here in the UK. What is the situation with Saxon as we speak in present?
Well, the situation, we're under one umbrella.
One
Saxon
umbrella,
is Saxon.
right? Okay.
You understand? And there's no division. My brother's works with more his son and thing, and me and Boops is like best of friends. So
Yes.
we can do it. We can do it because remember, there's stages in it. Sean and Brando is more the same age, so they're gonna work together.
Right.
Me and Boops is more or less the same age, so we're gonna work together. Because I mean, Double O was with us back in
Like original days. Yeah.
It's not just Double O. There's Pekka still about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that we've all got older. Some of us is granddads. You know what I mean? And all of them things there. We got kids. We got different things. So, you know, you take life differently.
Right,
We're not on
okay.
the road like we was on when we was kids. We was on the road every day.
Yeah, but as you said, 7
You know
days a
what I mean?
week.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
Now we got families to think about.
Yeah,
and everything,
100%.
So
100%.
we can't be on the road like that
Right.
because it does take its toll.
Yeah.
It does take its toll. You
So
know?
you, as you're saying, so you, Mikey Boops and Double O would deal with like what kind of, as opposed to, as you said, because I
we
know
deal
you-
with anything.
You
We'll
do with
deal
anything. Right, okay.
You know,
Okay.
we deal with anything.
So as it stands, because we're going to talk about, obviously, you had the big dance on Sunday, just gone. And you got a big dance tonight, right?
Yeah.
You got a big dance tonight.
What do you call a big dance?
The dance on Sunday was a big dance, no? The World Bash.
Yeah, it was because
That's a big dance.
It's a world
That's
stage. It's a
that's
world
the
stage.
that's the world stage.
Oh, a stage
It's a
show.
world stage.
Yeah.
Because when you're gonna get so much international
Sounds on one. You won't really get
you-
sounds like that all on one.
you
bill.
gotta
that's
call
not
it
gonna
an
happen.
international stage. You gotta,
Yeah.
Gotta call it an
So
international stage.
I'm still trying to find out what do you call a big sound or a bad sound.
Or do you call it bad or the big sounds?
Yeah, what
Well, I mean, you had Bass Odyssey. You had Kilimanjaro,
Yeah. You gotta give them sounds their credit because
Rodigan. Everybody was on that bill that night,
you
right?
gotta give them their
Yeah,
credit.
Love Injection. Everybody was on that bill,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
including yourselves. All on that bill that night.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've.
do you know what?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it. I've got it on my phone.
Oh, the audio. Right. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta give them sounds their credit, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good look because basically, I'm telling you, you see the way Sound Clash was going.
Yeah.
It went after the '94 clash in Milton Keynes. To me, Sound Clash went down because if you listen to the first two world clashes, there was no disrespecting anybody's mothers or anything.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that.
After that, it just went pear-shaped because we don't. I can't come in and this is Dennis's policy. Why would your mum's not playing the sound? Somebody's mum's not playing the sound.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with you.
I was going to ask you that question.
I'm
How do
dealing
you
with you.
feel about sound system culture from when you came into it to now? From what you hear, like one of the things he was talking about, Dennis, the disrespect and the profanity.
Disrespecting someone's
talking about
mum
people's sons,
is a cop-out.
mums. What's all that about?
Disrespecting somebody's mum is a cop-out because you see the guys who's disrespecting, they're just walking in the dance with a laptop. They ain't got no backative.
Yeah.
When I tell you about Saxon back in the day, we had backative. We're walking with 50 man strong.
Yeah.
We're working with 50 man strong. You see these nowadays, man?
Yeah.
It's just them and their laptop. You tell Saxon that.
Yeah.
You're going to get hang up. Remember me tell you that. Yeah? Because the man them behind me, I don't have to say a word. I don't have to do nothing. You tell Saxon that.
Yeah.
Yeah? No, say you're going to get a check.
Yeah.
You're going to get checked.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're going to get hang up.
Yeah.
I don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
Get that?
And Mini Muscle means that, he's me when
I don't have to say a word.
You don't have to say a word.
I don't have to say a word.
You can't come and tell someone on Saxon that.
My mum don't play sound.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right.
Respect me as I would respect your
Listen to this.
So hold on, Dennis. So Chin and Valerie them has come with a more subtle clash. No, none of them disrespecting.
Yeah.
So to me, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gonna work. No, none of that.
None of that.
Because that's not what it was about.
Yeah.
It was about who played the best music.
Yeah, 100%. So you feel like, and it seems like now, mute. Do you know what? It's funny because I see a clip the other day, right, Mini Muscle, with Trooper, and they was interviewing him. I think it was only like a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was interviewing him about what does he think about the sound system culture at the moment, and he was saying that it's very stagnant because everyone's still playing the same songs from 30, 40 years ago. No one's creating no new anthems or anything. Or if anything, there are new sounds. They're just cutting all the dubs that a lot of you sounds have already
Well, that's
put
the thing.
out.
It's
Yeah.
like they haven't got a vision for themselves. Like
Yeah.
they're only copying what they. We don't follow sounds. Saxon's never been a sound to follow sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
We cut our tunes. It's mostly on it's original thing. You know what I mean? It's original thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, a lot of these sounds, they ain't coming with no idea.
Yeah.
It's done before. It's been done before.
Yeah. So are you guys? You still open for clashes, or that's not really the avenue you want to go down now?
See,
Really, to be honest.
any dance is a possible clash, you know.
Really?
Because once two sounds string up,
Yeah.
you could go in a dance and you and the sound is just playing, and next minute they say one thing wrong, and
And it could just go left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any dances are possible. You must always
Be prepared. 100%.
be prepared.
100%.
I mean, you got to be prepared for anything.
And another thing I want to ask you, Dennis. So how do you feel about the new sound way of playing, the new sound system way of playing, where
It's dropped off.
where they play a tune for
watch
5
this.
seconds?
And who started that?
All right.
I don't know. I really don't know who started that, playing that dubs for 5 seconds.
Who started that?
Who started that, Mini Muscle?
Well, I
No,
laugh.
that is a good question.
I'm gonna laugh because
Yeah.
we could be part the start of that.
No.
Really?
Yeah, because of the world clash. Remember, if you look at the UK Cup clashes and the world clashes,
Yeah.
right? We was beating tunes and we was getting so much forwards that we was pulling up the tune, putting the next one and getting a forward, pulling that up, getting a forward.
Okay.
But it didn't have to carry on that way. But you see, basically, I'm not a fan of playing tunes for 5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of these sounds now are playing splice tune. So
Okay.
basically, they play the tunes for 5 seconds because it's not their tune in the first place.
There's no intro.
There's no intro.
Yeah, it could be a 45.
It could be a 45.
Yeah,
They could
yeah,
have
yeah.
nicked a piece. Technology is so great now that
Yeah.
they could have nicked a piece of a Neverman special.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why they're playing the tunes for
5 seconds.
5 seconds. And to tell you the truth, the only people I know used to play tunes for 5 seconds is the men who used to work in the record shops. Because no, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
They would play it because they want to sell more tunes. You go in the record shop, they touch the tune.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
And you say,
Yeah.
put that on my pile. So,
Do you know what?
I mean?
I was a bit slow on that one. I just caught onto what you said.
Put that
Because you were
on
like,
my
yeah,
pipe.
you want that one? You want that one? Right, next
Yeah,
one.
next one.
You want that one?
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Tell them I
You
make
want
more
it?
money,
Oh,
sir.
you want it? All right, here you go.
Yeah.
You want it? Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
music, listen, sometimes the music, the sweetest part of the song is in the middle or near the tail end.
100%.
The tail end of the song.
And then it goes back to what you were saying earlier on. So there you have now with the new wave of artists in the last 10 years or whatever, they're charging 800 plus for a dub.
Yeah.
But they're playing the dub for 5 seconds.
Yeah, so why are you paying?
How does that even make sense?
It don't make sense.
Why would you pay 8 bills for 5 seconds?
If I go to a garage dance,
Yeah.
they're playing that song from the start to finish.
Listen, you got to wait for the mix.
You got to wait for the mix.
That's 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
So do you think that's mashed up the culture?
Yes, it has. Definitely has.
Definitely.
And we need to get it back. Yeah. it has.
How do you get it back though? Because it's set in stone now.
Well,
They're like,
no,
it's
not set in stone.
speed juggling.
We have
How
to,
do you?
We have to eliminate these so-called bedroom selectors. I call them. Because
Right.
we have to eliminate them.
Yeah, I wonder if technology has changed because, as you said, now people's got a laptop. You can do much things quicker on laptops now. You can go boop boop boop. You could play 10 tunes in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Like literally
But
10
does
tunes.
it make any sense though to play 10 tunes in? Yeah. You're devaluing the tune.
Right.
You're
Okay.
devaluing the tune.
Right. Okay.
Even sound clash, right? I'm gonna say this. When you go in a sound clash, you limit your box. A man might not understand what I'm saying now.
Yes,
You
of
limit
course.
your box.
Yeah.
Why you limit your box is because you might have some songs that is kind of lovey-dub songs. You wouldn't play them in a sound clash. Yeah. It's this thing, sound system culture is about entertaining. Yeah. When you go in these clashes nowadays, it's pure men. I grew up seeing women in dance. I don't want to go to a dance and see beer man.
Yeah.
So we need to bring back the woman them.
Yes,
and
of
we
course.
need to entertain the woman. Yeah? Because I'm tired of watching sound clashes and it's peer man in the dance. You understand?
Right. Someone's laughing at what you said, Dennis. Worst water in the world. They heard you. They heard you, you know. Big up Merlin this afternoon. Message. Please ask them both, as they've got older, what do they think the Saxon legacy is for the generation to come? Good question. I like that question. Very good question. Yeah, no thought of that. For the generation to come.
Well, that's the thing. We
Yeah.
we supposed to set example and leave a good legacy for the generation after. Because come take it, no one lives forever.
Yes, of
Yeah?
course, of course.
We've just lost a legend,
Yeah.
Jashaka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
we just lost a big iconic legend in the business. You know, and he set it for not just root sounds. He set it for all these drum and bass thing. His legacy is large. You understand? So we need to leave a good legacy for who's coming after. And the way I see dancehall going, we got to change it back. And I believe that we need to bring live, because most of the greatest artists came from sound system.
Yeah.
You understand? The artists them that you're getting, You see, the artists them that are coming out and putting out music now.
Well, they don't even go dances.
They don't go dances.
They don't go dances.
They're bedroom artists.
Yeah, they don't go
And
dances.
it's like their brethren might say, yeah, man, that tune there, go on, you know, my youth. Then build it in them room.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
remember, music is a thing where before you'd have so much proper musicians in a room, and a man's billing a track. If they're billing, you got so much musicians' brain saying that not sound good, you know, and they might play something and say, you know, that sound better. Yeah, but nowadays you got one man on his little computer building a rhythm, and his brethren say, yeah, man, that the shot, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this is why the music is weak.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of these artists would not be able to go in the studio
Yeah.
with a proper producer nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing the artist because every man have to do what he have to do. But come on, man. You have to make quality. You have to make... This is why when you said Trooper said what he said,
Yeah.
people still playing music from 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Because them music sound solid and good.
Timeless.
Timeless. Endless.
Dennis, you've been in the business how many years now, would you say? You said 1973, right? Yeah. What have you learned about yourself in the last 50 years?
What I've learned about myself,
Yeah.
how to switch on and switch off.
Yeah. Has that been easy to do? When did you start realizing how to switch off and switch on?
I think early 80s. Say about 85. You know, like I had a few mess ups with a couple of promoters. And it had to get a little bit personal.
Yeah.
But other than that, I keep myself out of people's problems. I don't know problems with no one.
Yeah.
You're all right, I'm all right. You do
Yeah.
what you're doing, I'm doing what I'm doing.
I'm doing, yeah. No, I hear you. And yourself, Mini Muscle, what have you learned about yourself over the years of being...
I'm still learning things, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm never too old to learn.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm still learning things. At the end of the day, I see Saxon as a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And that legacy doesn't die with me.
Mm.
It doesn't die with my brother. It doesn't die with Dennis.
Yeah.
It can live on.
Yeah.
You understand? It can live on.
Yeah. Do you think, because you were saying it would be nice if you could probably put the sound back on the road, not put it back on the road, but go back to having where the MCs were on the sound, would you be interested in 5 new MCs to front the sound?
Yeah, you gotta bring new talent.
Would you be interested in doing
Yeah.
that?
100%. 100%.
No, you're not. You got to mix. You're not feeling. Not 5. But you'd be interested. You wouldn't rule that out.
I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't even want to do it.
What? Why? Why wouldn't you want to do that? For the next generation.
No, but you see, for the next generation, you have to have someone in front to show them the way.
Right.
So you couldn't put 5 on,
Yeah.
because it'd be a dead loss.
Yeah. So you need one of the elder statesmen showing them the way, if need be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm always for new talent, but the new talent has to want to learn. You know what I mean? They can't come in and think they know it all,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
They're going to have to want to learn. And once you got that, then, you know, anything can happen. I mean, I'm all for bringing back live performance in dance. I mean, it's happening now. And if you look in Jamaica now and you see Dancehall Thursday.
Yeah. How was that, Mini Muscle? You was there last week?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
It's a lovely event, man.
Yeah.
It's a lovely event, and it's bringing back live performance in dance,
Yeah,
which I've been missing for a long time. Because you see me now, I'm a person. You could be listening radio, yeah, and then you go to the dance and you listen all these records play. I want to see something different. I want to see live performance,
Right.
you know, because that's how I was brought up,
Yeah.
with live performance. See me, every Saxon tape back in the day was different. And that's why I can tell you that, because I used to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my... I could go to a Saxon dance and Dennis don't put no money in my hand. As long as I get that tape, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm
You're
good.
You're good.
Yeah, because I can make more than what the MC was making by selling that shotting out that tape.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I had my customers waiting to just get the next Saxon tape.
Listen,
You know
the
what I mean?
amount of hip hop artists that have made reference to, yo, man, when I get hold of that Saxon tape, Wu-Tang particularly.
Yeah.
Like Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
they love Saxon. Because nearly every Wu-Tang member I've spoken to, when they talk about what they was listening to coming up, they'll all tell you like downbeat, obviously, because they're all from New York. But in London, England, it was Saxon.
Yeah.
Every Wu-Tang member has mentioned that to me. Method Man, all of them.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen interviews with...
Huh? All of them. I think there's only ODB that's passed away. Yeah, all of them. Yeah. You want a Method Man dub? Yeah, so do I. Your mic's off though. Yeah, but listen. We could go on for another few hours. Mini muscle for Saxon Prime Minister.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like that one, Saxon
I
Prime
agree with
Minister. You know.
Who said that? Who said that?
Pat, that's a wicked one. I love that. Oh, it says great interview from Wayne Anthony. Big up yourself, Wayne.
Big up,
Anthony.
Wayne. Big up.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah,
love
big
that.
up, Wayne. That was that's the right input.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Wayne Anthony.
Wayne Anthony. No, it's been an amazing interview. I mean, as you said, Dennis, special. You sure you want to do an interview? We could be here for hours. You know,
Okay.
we could be here for hours. So we're gonna wrap it up. It's been great.
I just have a big up all of the Saxon members that has been through the struggles with us.
Yes.
All the artists them
Yeah.
has passed
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all the ones them that is with us today and
Yeah.
the ones that has gone, you know.
Yeah.
Big up all of the
It's been a journey, innit?
the people who have supported us throughout the years.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's been a journey.
Yeah, it's been
And
a
it's,
journey.
the journey still goes on.
You know, I play a talk show.
Yes, he's not getting out the. Oh, can we do that? Yeah, because you guys are in for a treat this afternoon. He's actually gonna just play a few. You know what I mean? From the Saxon box, and then we'll call it a wrap. It's been an amazing interview. Any last words you'd like to say, Dennis, before you get out of the studio this afternoon?
Well, what I'd like to say, what would I really like to say? To elevate. It's about elevation. It's not about just saying something for the sake of it.
Absolutely.
So, what I would really want to say is, as a man, look out. Open your eyes. So if you don't, then you're in trouble. So I would say open your eyes and you can see what's happening. Yeah. Open your eyes, but look. If you see a young pup, a young youth trying to get up, try and give a hand. Yeah. You might not think you can, but just try and give a hand. Because that would inspire him to continue. You don't have to continue, or you don't need to get it right the first time. All you need to do is get it right. Yeah, once you get it right, you're all right. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Because all of us want to be the man that done this or the man that done that. But listen to what I'm saying. It's nothing like that. Get it right so other people can feel right about what you've done. So if you can tell a youth not to do this or not to do that, or to do this and to do that, and he's going to get an achievement out of it, that's great. That's what you need to do.
No, 100%. Wise words. Very wise words. And yourself, Mini Muscle, anything you'd like to leave with, you know, the listeners and the Saxon loyal fans this afternoon? Words of encouragement.
Well, if you're an upcoming artist, don't let no one tell you say you can't make it, because you can make it, you know. You can make it, and just keep on, you know what I mean? If someone's trying to shut you down, don't listen to them. Just, if you got that dream that you want to elevate yourself to that, being that person, what you want to be, I would say elevate yourself, you know, because, you know, in life I've seen people make it that I say to myself, you know something, that person persevered and got his gold.
Yeah.
You understand? Got his gold. Because you could have taken another path in life, you know? So I say, if you're on the track that you want to elevate yourself, do it, you know? Don't stop, you know? Just do it, you know?
There you have it. Wise words from the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, you know.
The Prime Minister himself. That's his new name
Yeah,
now.
man, Prime Minister Mini Muscle.
Yeah, Prime Minister Mini
Prime
Muscle. He's
Minister.
been named that right here on the Universal Show.
By
Just
Wayne
already.
Anthony. Wayne Anthony.
Wayne Anthony. Big up. No, it was Pat. It was
No,
Pat.
Pat.
Yeah,
Big up
Pat
Pat,
this
yeah.
afternoon. Big up Mini Muscle, Prime Minister. And of course, the boss of all boss, Mr. D. Rowe.
No, I'm just an ordinary man.
That's fine, but you're a boss.
Well,
You understand?
maybe if we could work out what the word boss means, it may be a good thing.
Yeah. No, you're the boss, man. And big up Musclehead as well. Big up the whole entire team, the
Yeah,
whole
big up,
Squad
big,
squad.
up, big up the whole Saxon family.
Yeah, man,
you
the
know?
whole family, every single member that I know, and there's too many names to mention. So, Mini Muscle, what you want to do? You want to exercise a couple of the things, them?
Yeah, I'll play one and two.
Yeah, play one or two, you know what I mean? And yeah, why not? Are we good? Universal Show. It's been an amazing show today, man. Yeah, seriously, it's been amazing. Okay. Reggie Styles says, big up Mini Muscle and Dennis Rowe this afternoon. Reggie Styles, yeah, man.
Reg, gives a call.
Reg, yeah, that. Dennis said, give him a call.
Gives a call, Reg.
Give him a call. You heard that, Reggie. Big up yourself this afternoon. Mr. Quick, I see you on the check-in.
I know he's going to say no, but I wouldn't mind taking him to Jamaica.
Reggie,
Yeah.
did you hear that, Reg? Dennis might want you to come Jamaica with him, mate, for the film, for the documentary. Yeah. Did you hear that? You see the power of radio. What we doing? What channel we got here? Want to get a little? You ready? All right then. So listen, you're just in for a little treat this afternoon. Maybe like little 5 minutes, little 10 minutes. We're not gonna OD, but you're gonna get an exclusive Saxon, just a few dubs, little showcase for about 10 minutes, and then we call it a wrap. Okay? All right, Mini Muscle, take it away.
Yeah, you see this track, yeah? This track is a track out of, you know the movie Rockers? Yeah, so revised this track, yeah. This is one of the for me, when I was a youth, and I used to watch like all of them come Rockers and all them thing there. This was one of the tunes out of the Rockers movie that me did like, why? I said, wow, that singer is bad, you know. And got lucky, I found the link for him and voiced this tune.
Yeah, Saxon sound. Big up the man Musclehead and the man Mini Muscle. Yeah, this is Kidusai saying, bless the Lord, my brothers. Now I like to say, let it be the will of the whole one of creation, which guides and directs mankind's pathway, and not the way nor the will of men nor people could mislead, carry astray. Let me. Hoya home, hey hey, hoya home. Saxon sound, it won't be too long. No, it won't be too long till all of life's sufferings and rocks soon will be right. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, hey, hey, hey. So keep the faith, Saxon sound now. It's the cross that you be, and fear not, said the Lord. 'Cause whatsoever, every man soweth, hey, hey, they all gonna reap the fruits of their labors. Yes, they will, in the end. Oh yeah, yeah, hey, hey, hey. Saxon sound, 'cause the way Jesus of denial, he's death with Babylon, and I give.
And this one is another one from the same movie, Rockers.
Saxon, I do ram dance man. Hey, Saxon, who's the jazz?
Hey, Abyssinian.
Saxon, I do song from far, far away. Playing reggae music right until today. Look into the dance and you will see Saxon, I do run dance man. Papa Saxon rules the dance. The king of sounds, Saxon and the champion. Sit upon his throne, he's the number one.
This is how we warm up dance back in the day, you know?
And you will see Saxon rules the dance. Saxon rules the dance. Yeah. From Kingston, Jamaica, alongside the original sound system, UK #1 sound, Saxon sound in town, with selector, muscle head, mini muscle, Alan Brando, and Sean Muscle.
Please, would you mind saying that again?
Dash you in OJ, dash you in O, nasty talk.
Saxon a go kill a dirty sound boy. Send him straight to the cemetery.
Also the rock
It's Imperial Majesty. Saxon sound at no pity. It's Imperial Majesty. Saxon sound at no mercy. Look how long. Muscle head a kill them jumper. We are back full of the place. Tonight so why you can't escape. Jah Rastafari, Alan Brando a the general. Jah Rastafari, tonight so why it's your burial. Kill for free, kill them for free. From London to New York City, Saxon sound is the champion.
Well, I just all up that one there, because you see this next up, yeah. You know, yeah, enough song play them tune here, you know, but I want you to listen to the vocal and listen to the harmonies, you know. That's a Saxon cut tune.
Enough love, Saxon sound. Big up Musclehead, Min Muscle, and Saxon family. This is Isaac Davis from the Gatherers doing this exclusive dub.
A man can live for 100 years or more
Listen to saxophone sound with music sweet and pure, and the vibrations of the DJ and the rough rhythm selector must let play. Give me good vibrations day and night, make me feel so good and make me feel alright. So have good thoughts for your brethren and your sister. Dance to this couplet, feel the joy that music brings. Let it acceptable, Lord. Let it shine. 'Cause we know that the wrong can't be the right. Never happened before. A man can live. Run to the rock to hide yourself, someone.
Max Rowe.
I said the rock's looking somewhere to hide itself. A little jump. Why you a go tell Joseph on the sound flash day? Why you a go tell Joseph Saxon blow you away? I said the fire start to burn. I said it burn. When Saxon fire start to burn, you learn. Yeah. Why you a go tell Joseph? Why you a go tell Joseph on this sound dash man? Why you a go tell Joseph? I said I hear you bawling. You got to take your beating tonight. Such a sound I put up a fight. A little sound you run away. Such a sound I put up a fight. We not afraid for little sound. Oh no. Why you a go tell Justin? I said Saxon fire burn. Some boy you feel like. Why you a go tell Justin on your judgment day? Why you a go tell Justin? You better kneel down and pray when Saxon fire start to burn. I said it burn. Jump and you never learn, no.
Sorry, so we have to send to the Morgan Heritage family, Peter Morgan. We just lose him just the other day, so I have to play a tribute to the Morgan Heritage family. You know, because the Heritage family, we know say you lose Peter, but the work still go on. So this is one from out of Morgan Heritage.
This is Morgan Heritage alongside the big mighty Saxon sound once again. Muscle it, you don't know no sir. See and run it the sir, because you don't know. Liberate the people then. See?
Yeah. Oh, Saxon. People love rock. Saxon. Whoa, John boy. Barrier John boy. Whoa, John boy. Saxon John boy. Whoa, John boy. Barrier Rise up, everybody get ready to work. Rise up, Saxon is ready to work.
He's ready.
For the people, rise up, everybody get ready to work. Oh Lord, yeah. Every sound has got so much to say. Still no sound wants to lead the way. For the youths to rise in revolution as the day. Saxon's the real revolutionary. He's come to help you rise above poverty. Listen the sounds of Saxon and get ready to work. People, yeah, rise up, Saxon is ready to work.
He's ready.
For the people, rise up, everybody get ready to work. Oh yeah, rise up, Saxon is ready to work. For the people, rise up, everybody get ready to work.
Yeah, man, we're ready for work. You see this Morgan Heritage I play now? Boy, me never hear no song play this
Yeah, man,
in
I'm
the world, you know?
alongside Saxon Sound.
Listen to that tune, yeah. That tune, yeah, I want to anthem them, you know. Enough anthem we have still, but that tune, yeah, a killer. Trust me.
Cooler Muslim and Dero. You know, it's a Saxon lifestyle. I ain't deal with dead stock. Clean. Come in. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa. Saxon make you bad so his own fans know. Whoa, yeah. Play by Papa Saxon alone. Play by Papa Saxon alone. From the London region. From the London region. With a little of this and a little of that. When Saxon play road, it's a road off a black. We don't mean to brag, I said we don't mean to boast. Cause Saxon give you reggae music the most. Whoa, play by Papa Saxon alone. Play by Papa Saxon alone. From the London region. From the London region. So with the tick and the dark and around the clock. Saxon play, me say dance all black. The dance all from the cats scan to the beat. Cause Saxon play, reading sound so sweet. So play by Papa Saxon alone. Play by Papa Saxon alone. From the London region. From the London region. Isaiah point of the microphone stand. Sing them a style yeah, for all my fans. With Papa Levi and Tipper Irie. Whoa, we flash them in the style. So, play by Fire Saxon alone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Play by Papa Saxon alone. From the London region. From the London region.
So there you have it.
Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up.
2 hours of insightful information with the well-renowned Saxon sound system, and of course Dennis Rowe. We salute you, man. Mini Muscle, of course. Thanks for blessing Just Cool Radio. Thanks for blessing the Universal Show, man. It's highly appreciated. As I said, this year we're celebrating the legends. We've got to stop this, you know, this theory and this idea that we've got to wait for other people to put our legends on. No, we celebrate our legends. And they've opened the door for someone like myself to go forward and play music. Thanks for the inspiration, thanks for the education over the years. I used to go and listen to Saxon when I was a little youth. So I know the history, I know the journey. And we wish them all more success on their endeavors, whatever they decide to do for, you know, forthcoming. They've got a big dance tonight, of course, with Kilimanjaro, which is a niceness dance, of course. But, you know what I mean, moving forward, you cannot ignore the legacy and the history of Dennis Rowe, Mini Muscle, Musclehead, and the rest of the family, and the history and the time and effort they've put into black music in this country. You can't ignore that. You understand? So we salute you guys right here from Just Cool Radio. Honours and respect. You know what I mean? So listen, Special K was here, but McGahn, next week we go back to normal programming. We go Reminisce Show next week. And as we always say, if you can't be good, be careful. But if your intention is to do badness, just remember there's a price to pay for doing badness. Special K was here, but McGahn, later.
JUSCOOLRADIO.com provides exceptional standard to your video promotion and your audio promotion. Advertise with us now on the number +447 538 704 791. We take WhatsApps and we take emails. JUSCOOLRadio@outlook.com. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many.
Silence catching the eye of many. Empress Ayola representing and saying what? Original or copy, just cool make you happy. Hear it on them radio, yeah. Yeah, fire.
Girl Opal sings, and you are tuned in to Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy, Mr. Vegas, and you got it locked to Just Cool Radio. You know, say, yeah, we play the baddest and the maddest and the best dancehall and reggae music and all type of music, soca, everything. I get it, yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Vegas, Just Cool Radio. Turn it up loud. Na 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 na. Why you wanna leave me, baby?
Young Ones ENT proudly presents live in London from Kingston, Jamaica, the infamous World Immortal Stone Love Movement, taking place Bank Holiday Sunday, May 26, no work Monday. Doors opening from 4 p.m. Early arrival is a must. Taking place at the Country Club, Trent Park, Bramley Road, N14, 4UW. Music by the World Immortal Stone Love alongside UK's finest Young Ones, Andrew Fresh, Roxy's from Birmingham, Loyal Squad, Pure Vibes, Strike Force, Headback and Galflex. Special house set from Super D with host Terminal 4. Early birds at £20 plus booking fee. Standard release at £25 plus booking fee. And then the final release will be £30. VIP tickets starting from £45, including bottle service, fireworks and unlimited soft drink refills. Tickets will be available online via Bloco. Strictly no ID, no entry, physical ID required. For info and table bookings, please call now on 079 43 191 464. Alternatively 079 31 190 602. The World Immortal Stone Love Movement live and direct Bank Holiday Sunday, May 26, 2024 at the Country Club, Bramley Road, N14, 4UW. Kicking off from 4 p.m. Early arrival is a must. I'll see you there.
Stone Love! Stone Love!
Bring the hot girls come to party, cause we love see them move and shake them body, yo. Bring the hot girls come to party, just cool them, love it, love it. Hey, yo, it's alive and living Scotch and Sean Paul letting you know. You don't know. Just Cool Radio, and that's what the dial set. Dirty.
JustCoolRadio.com provides exceptional standard to your video promotion and your audio promotion. Advertise with us now on the number +447 538 704 791. We take WhatsApps and we take emails. JustCoolRadio@outlook.com. Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many.
Just Cool Radio.
Just Cool Radio.
I am alive today because I responded to a letter. My name is Philomena. I live in South London. I'm a mom, wife, and I survived breast cancer. I was devastated when my breast screening and further tests showed I had breast cancer. After 6 tough months of treatment and surgery, I am back, living life again. Black women, please hear me. We are twice as likely to get a late breast cancer diagnosis, therefore less likely to survive. But we can turn this around. Self-examine your breast, and for those of us aged 50 to 71, attend your breast screening every 3 years. Maybe you ignored your screening letter, or you need to reschedule your appointment. Whatever your situation, Take action today. Search London Breast Screening online or call 0203 758 2024. Attend your breast screening and take charge of your health.
1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer, a shocking fact that we can help change by increasing early diagnosis. My name is Dean. I'm from South London, a DJ and record label owner, but most importantly, a son, brother, uncle, and friend. Prostate cancer is having a devastating impact on our families and our communities. That's why I went to my GP and asked for a PSA blood test to check my risk of prostate cancer. The nurse took blood from my arm, and within a few weeks, I was told everything looks fine. Brothers, please do the same. Our health is the real wealth. Prostate cancer has no symptoms in its early stages, so a PSA blood test can help pick up the disease early. Early diagnosis of cancer means much better survival rates. And I want to see more of our people surviving cancer. What will it take for you to get checked? Black men 45 and over, contact your GP practice today and ask for a PSA blood test.
Yes, bring back the niceness on the corner. Yeah, me I see them on the big band quality representing for Just School Radio, you know. You don't know the things that, you know. But they are endorse the thing, you know. You see me I say, I don't know any Anton, big up yourself in a quality, say that, you know. Just School Radio, big band radio station, all UK London, big up, see?
This is your girl, the Caribbean soca queen, Alison Hines, hailing all the way from Barbados. But wait, hold on a minute. She doesn't just represent for Barbados. I represent for the UK. Yeah. Now, I mean, like, and what are you listening to? You're listening to Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many. You know what I mean? Like, go on, get out of it.
This is Phil from the Union. Listen to Just Cool Radio. It's the place to be. And keep working.
Hi, it's your girl Lady Danger and you're listening to Just School Radio. Yo, them disturbing the silence. Yeah. Mad station, crazy settings, catching the eye of many. You don't know. Big up yourself, straight.
Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence. Everybody turn it up loud, loud, loud. Just Cool Radio, Madina.
Are you interested in becoming a DJ or a radio presenter? Then get in contact with our team at Just Cool Radio via the email justcoolradio@outlook.com. We're also on all social networks at Just Cool Radio. Disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many.
Charlie, you are tuned into Just Cool Radio.
Do you know how long me I look for a good station for play on my radio, on my phone, on my laptop, on my apps? Yeah, know how long me I look? Just call.
This ain't no idiot station that you tuned into. Nah, it ain't. It's not one of them poppy show stations, mate. Yeah? And we don't mess around here. This is Just Cool.
Just Cool Radio, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many.